today. From Wembley Stadium in London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. We'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Drake May and the New England Patriots.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Patriots to take over for the first time, led out by the rookie, the 3rd overall pick back in April out of UNC, and that's Drake May.
And it's been a long time, but this franchise entered the offseason desperately needing a young quarterback to build around and plan for the future, and they found their guy in Drake May out of North Carolina. Big arm, great mobility, terrific character. He's everything you're looking for in a quarterback. It may bring him along slowly, but I believe in time he will be their QB1 and be there for a long time.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson dancing away at the 30. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing here is May. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll throw with May. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tank Bigsby, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And taken down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense for the Jags, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Douglas, the man in motion. On first down, here's May. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's May. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 10 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Yeah, perfect omelet. Dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he's going to have a Patriots 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, it's May. And the ball is knocked out. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Stevenson. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 30. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now May on 1st down. Short pass caught by Henry. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now a throw here, hauled in. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throw out wide is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful with this one. Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of...
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Second down in the yard. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. To throw, it's May. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw, May. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's May. That's complete, right around the 8. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. From the shotgun, May with it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Kevontae Turpin as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Carlson's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll...
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape. as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Now for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Throwing now, May on 1st down. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They'll throw on first down with May. Checking this down to Stevenson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's May. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Kevontae Turpin with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. May going to try and throw for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with ETN. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Lawrence eluding the pressure right. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 5. ETN up the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. To the air, May. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Second down and 4. Straight ahead at Stevenson. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff. Stevenson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. To throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So here now is Anders Carlson in a really big spot from 28 yards out. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully. Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays. You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Straight ahead, Etienne. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 4. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play. Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain. A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They'll look to throw. He's got Henry. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Now second down and a few inches. Back to throw. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Tony. And he'll be tackled and covered up inbounds. They get another first, but they're working with no timeouts. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be what Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So it's the Jaguars who come away with a win, and they got a solid outing here from their quarterback, Charles, and that's, of course, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious. So for Jacksonville, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.